So this lab was developed for CHE3162 process control. It's a third-year undergrad unit in the Department of Chemical Engineering at Monash University. This lab was developed directly in response to the current COVID restrictions that we have in place in Victoria and Australia, but also as part of a wider program within the department and the faculty to promote and enhance student learning experiences.
All right, I'm here with Joanne Tanner at the Monash Chemical Engineering Process Control Laboratory, and behind Joanne and I are 9 students running their process control lab. You say, what? I don't see any students. That's because today all the students that are running the control lab are at Monash, Malaysia in Kuala Lumpur, but they're running their lab right now.
That's right, Mark. Based on this setup, we can have exactly the same experience for any student anywhere in the world, all at the same time. They're working in a team, collaboratively with each other, remotely controlling and accessing this equipment. As you can see in the background, they're running it right now.
The idea behind this lab is learning by doing, not learning by viewing. So we could have just pre-recorded some labs and given the students a bunch of data to work with, but that doesn't give them the same hands-on experience that they should get as part of their university education and that they will get when they go out into industry.
Well, what I found really exciting about it when you proposed this, Joanne, was that in fact, chemical engineers out in the world aren't going to be sitting there in front of a little tiny lab bench running their equipment. Most of them will be sitting in a remote process control room when they're running things. And so in fact, what you set up for the students remotely running their lab is much more like an actual professional chemical engineer.
This remote access lab gives students the opportunity to program an analog system. It's based on real process engineering systems with real equipment and gives the students the opportunity to link theory and practice for our unit, process control, and also to apply important soft engineering skills such as teamwork, problem solving, and lateral and systems thinking as they work to find a solution to a real-world problem that they can see right in front of them. So here we have the physical equipment for our remote access lab. We're mimicking a real industrial system with a jacketed reactor. This is on the right-hand side, and we've got a hot water reservoir on the left. The pump in the middle is circulating hot water through the jacket of the reactor vessel to maintain the temperature. So this is how we communicate with the process equipment. We've got an EV3, this is our controller. Our controller receives inputs from the field and sends the outputs back to the field. The EV3, the controller, is the way that we communicate between the software and the hardware. The software we're using to control our system is Simulink.
Yeah, perfect. Now run it. Great. Now wait for a couple of minutes and then you can see the system which is running.
Now it's running.
Yeah, it's running. You can see that the pump and both steers are running.
Well, I found out that the students are asking more questions and are cooperating in work. So they are asking questions, they are talking to each other, they are solving the problem that's facing them. They are becoming engineer and they are learning more. They are enjoying the work and they are learning a lot. They can do the simulation and do the experiments all by themselves, all by talking to each other, which I believe is the purpose of being an engineer.
It's our hope that the students will get an appreciation of the link between the practical and the theoretical aspects of this course, and that they will go on to use these experiences once they get their jobs in industry. It's very unlikely that in industry you're going to be the person with your boots on the ground, walking out, changing the valve positions manually. That's the job of the operators. The job of the engineers is to interact with the system in a different way, usually remotely or via the control system. That's the experience we hope students will get out of this lab.